Hi there. I thought I would just show you a little bit about this thrift that I found, this crown. And I looked it up online and I found it for between $24 and $30. It isn't something that I would ever use or need, and I don't know anyone else that would need it. So I figured for $1 I would have some really nice pieces that I could use in either my junk journaling, uh, glue books, or different craft projects that I do, and just little bits and pieces. I have a lot of jewelry pieces, but this one here has a lot of little flat pieces that are sometimes hard to find. And especially now, since most of the craft stores have decided that we don't need jewelry findings anymore, it's really been difficult to find. So this way I can just repurpose all of these pieces. There's pearls, there's just all kinds of little doodads, and it just makes it unique because there's not that many of them. I have disassembled some headbands that had the leaves. I bought them thinking I could wear them, and oh my gosh, they just kill your head, pull the hair out of your head. I just thought they were terrible, so I have taken those apart. Those were spot welded. Everything here is just wrapped with wire or some kind of gold florist wire, and so it's time consuming. It took me about 20 minutes to take it apart, but I have sped it up. I hope it turned out okay, but I've sped it up to about backwards to about 10 minutes, just so you can see how many items I get from this. And it gives me an opportunity to do some more editing, learning how to make it work for me. I find it very difficult. Sometimes you think you know what you're doing, and then you go to play it back and it doesn't work, and or something's missing or whatever. And so I keep trying, and I hope that each success brings happiness, not just to me, but interesting things for you. So I've done video editing for DVDs, and that software is no longer usable on my computer, and the new software, apps, whatever, are completely different. So it's like starting fresh all over again. And that's okay, because as you age, you really do need to keep your mind going, learn new things, and yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. So most of these items I am probably going to use in some of my new projects, which is Chalk Couture and some other stencil companies, where I will be making things to show you how to use them. I do have a website that's attached to them. If you ever want to, look at it, just use my link. I will try to remember to link it in the comments. But I do have a Facebook page as well. It's NancyyO's Creative. Is it Creative Minis? I don't know. I've had so many of them and I've changed them. So just NancyyO's Creative is what it is. So I do have a blog that's NancyyO's Creative Minis. That's where I got it mixed up. So the minis are on hold for a while. I just really need to use up my stash of other things and make decisions on whether I want to keep them or not. Will I ever do these crafts again? I don't know. So those things I have to decide on. And if I feel like I won't ever do them again, then I'm going to start selling them. Sometimes you get into a craft and you buy all these things and you're excited and you start making them, and then you just realize, yeah, this just isn't something I want to do. So I do have a lot of things like that that I kept thinking, oh, I'll get back to it, especially in the winter. Maybe it's a craft that makes you feel hot and uncomfortable, so then you think, well, I'll do it in the winter. Well, then the winter comes and you don't do it. So I have some of that kind of thing, and I would just rather let it go and continue with the things that, like this, using, you know, junk jewelry and creating mixed media is another one of my favorite things to do. And plus, I'm, you know, learning how to do chalk couture and also screen printing, which is pretty much what that is. But what I love is being able to use everything that I have already in mix and match. So there really isn't any serious issues. You can sell anything that you make. You can even sell your retired or used stencils, so that's great too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just going to find my way and just fill my life with these things because when you're creatively grieving, this is what you have to do. You just have to keep finding things that fill your time. So I have done quite a few different things. I tried to do videos on grieving, and that kind of didn't work out because someone else took my name, and I decided that maybe it just wasn't meant to be. I just feel that this works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. Some people need to go and be around other people, and that's okay too, but I do that in small doses, mainly because when I get overstimulated and overwhelmed, I just have to go home anyway. So this is okay for me. I love this, and I love doing the videos. It's a hobby now. I just really do enjoy it, and you know, it's just one of those things. But I do love sharing what I do, and I love sharing all of these things that I find, and you know, I'll find my niche somewhere, and I just hope that you'll follow along with me. So it's almost finished now. I've just about gotten everything off of there. It was all done with wire. The pearls on the bottom, closest to where the head would be, those are wired with a heavy duty wire, so it takes a little bit longer to get that one off. But I was able to keep them by continually making a loop to keep them on that wire. I was able to just keep them there and not lose any of them. I can take them off one at a time, or I can, you know, just leave it that way and figure out what to do with them after that. The crown part I'm going to keep because it just looks really interesting, and I think maybe I can come up with a use for it at some point in the future. And because I never know what I'm going to be doing. So part of these items I think I will be able to use in my mini museum. And I'd like to tell you more about that. The mini museum is not all about miniatures. It's just a small space where there is a lot to look at, and I'm really hoping I can complete that space before the middle of October, and then I will take you through and tell you all about those things if you're interested. I have a lot of stuff that I have either made, collected, or were gifted to me over the years. So anyway, this is it for me. You can see I'll have one shot, I believe, with all the extra stuff, and that will make a lot of projects. So anyway, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.